welcome. I'm Alexander Repnikov from Visuality. And with my lighting talk, I will tell you a short story about how to change Ruby code. It's a fun thing. I didn't know about this before our small research for one of my former projects. So in one of my projects, we have this approach that if we want to introduce or propose some improvement to the code, to the libraries, and so on and so forth, we need to prepare sketch which will include all required gems, will include implementation and examples, in one document, which we then store on our repository. So this repository is full of of files where each file includes some concept. Even if concept wasn't accepted by a team, it's still there because there was some research behind it. So, and we have this approach to have this all in one place because we have very busy engineers who is hard to schedule a call with, and at the same time we are always limited to time to talk with them. So we need to do a lot of effort preparing ourselves, preparing a document, preparing examples, to convince them in 1 or 2 hours that our idea is worth to continue or implementing. And in most cases, our approach is that we're starting from small background, then we are focusing on examples to show them what would be the benefit from implementing or introducing some concept to the project. And of course, it's just some random code just to showing you scaffold of such a sketch, but we always start from examples. Then, of course, if examples are good enough and our colleagues decided, okay, let's talk. What is your proposition for implementation of these examples or this feature? So we are talking about implementation, and of course, we are not talking about boilerplate. But since it's because of this concept that everything is in one place, in one code and one script, we have to do this. One of the characteristics of this script is that you can run it. It's fully functional Ruby code, and one of the key requirements is that it should include all gems, and it shouldn't use gems that you have installed on your laptop. So this is why we have this disable gems at the very beginning, and we have this template file requirement. So when you run the script, it creates a folder, it installs all the gems there, all required gems. So you'd not mess with your environment, so you can run any script, and after it finished, it cleans up itself, so there is no noise in a laptop afterwards. So since, as I described, we have this order of representing and sharing the concepts, it's weird that there is no way to, it's completely opposite to what we see on the screen right now. And the same is the problem with presentation, because at the very beginning we are sharing the idea, then we are scrolling down to examples. After examples, we're trying to find where is the implementation. Of course, we can use some beautiful layout labels in comments style, but we question ourselves, is there a way to reshape, reorder our code? And it apparently occurs that there are. So our goal was to place examples at the very top, then implementation, and completely forgot about boilerplate, but still have it in the file because this is the requirement. And this is the solution. And maybe some of you know about this keyword, begin. It's different begin than the one that we are using all the time for blocks. It's a begin block with all capital letters. And it was from very beginning of the Ruby language. It was mostly popular and used when Ruby was just a scripting language, even before Rails even invented. And it's still used by people who wrote scripts in Ruby. And what it allows you to define in a file where is the start of your code. And you can see that on line 17, I have this block of begin, which have all the required boilerplate. And my script will, when I will start the script, it will jump there, it will read this whole block, and only after this, it will come back to the beginning of the file and will process it. And to prove it, you can see also that I have some alias here on line 24, alias example, which is used in line 3. So this is possible only if the block begin is processed first. And in general, this is the whole idea behind that. There is a mechanism in Ruby, which is this begin and end keywords with capital letters. This is the article I read. I looked for some sources in internet before this Lightning talk to share with you. So I'm encourage you to read. This QR code is exactly the link to the page. I encourage you because there is some, it's a short article, but it has at least 4 or 5 examples where you can use it and how it was used back in the time in the history of Ruby. And if you was careful, you can see, you saw that in article we have this keyword end, but in script I use @exit. And this is because nowadays we are using @exit, and it has it mostly the same as end block, which, as you can guess, after I describe what is begin, and is what will be processed after processing whole the file. You can put this end block at the very beginning of the file, but still it will be the last code that script will process up before ending the script. But the difference is, for instance, that you can't alias end with capital letters, because end is not a method. Alias support only methods. This is why it was introduced @exit, which is method. So this is the main difference between them. That end is a keyword, is as a mechanism of the language, and @exit is a wrapper method which supports the functionality. So now you can see our new concept is that we have at the very beginning examples. As we are describing our concept, we are starting from examples, so there is no need to jump into the file. We're just reading from the top following lines. Of course, you can have tons of these examples. Then after examples finish and our discussion about examples finish, we can continue with implementation, which is next. And as soon as we finish talking about implementation, we can forget about the rest, because it can be skipped by us on our calls. And you might ask, did we use it? And the answer is no. It was interesting experiment. We used it once, and the feedback was that, oh yeah, it's funny, but it's not that efficient or not that important for us. So for new developers, it would be confusing. So this stopped. This and just a funny experiment, funny research that we made with my colleague. And now I'm sharing this knowledge just for you. I tried by myself to find any use of this on my daily work. And yes, there are some niche examples when I use @exit. For instance, I sometimes create a wrapper for file when I'm working with files in ERB, because I all the time forgot to close files when I work in ERB. If you have this @exit, it will remember and will do it without instead of you. So, but in the article that I share, there is exactly this example. So I think if any one of you are curious, you can read and do it by yourself. That's all. I hope it was short and interesting. Thank you. And of course, scan the QR code. I need your votes. Any questions? As I expected. Thank you.
So we can't use it with Rails, right?
We can. I tried, for my experiments when I prepared this Lightning talk, I decided, okay, is there any real scenario, real production scenarios that I want to use? And for instance, I tried to use this begin block to reorganize including modules. So there is a pattern that you can create a whole file of modules which implement different class method like build or whatever, or call class method. And so each of these methods is implemented in separate module, but you can't include module on the very top if it's included in this, if it's implemented in the same file. You have to first have a block of the implementation of the method of the block of the module, and only after this block you should use include, which is inconvenience for me because it's not clear what exactly is this module includes. I tried to use it, this begin. Unfortunately, it works only for top level code, so you can't nest it. So yeah, I didn't find any use for this. But you can, and at exit can be used, and I don't know is it useful, but you can.
We'll try.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.